Well, it's not, the tax cut and the fire territory stuff is two different things, once again. The stuff that you're talking about, cutting taxes throughout the state and property taxes, and cutting the fire territory rate down to .40 is two different topics.
But the overall tax, I apologize for cutting you off. The assessed value on homes over 125,000 would have been what I think it's $48,000 plus an additional 60. And I think it's this is from memory, so I apologize. The numbers might be not perfect. If it was a $175,000 home, it would be $48,000 plus. I want to say 70%. Don't quote that number. We can look on the fiscal note on SB1's original and introduced version. Those assessed values, once taken out, the pot left would have been the money that goes to schools, fire districts, counties.
We're not a fire district.
Yeah,
we're a fire territory.
Sorry,
We're our
right.
own tax rate. We're our own tax rate.
But it would, with the fire territory, schools, county would have less money because of all the assessed value taken off. Am I wrong in saying that when you take off all that assessed value, that it would have, the pool at which could be taxed is less, and under the SB1 original, it would have been a much less. SB1 passed the Senate would have been a little bit less, but it's still, if we're talking about $200 to $300 cuts and the percentage that can go to fire, under this plan being an issue, those two other plans would have been massive issues. But
there's other plans that go through.
But I think if I please finish your statement, I'll respond.
No, good. You're fine. You're good.
During that process, there were so many constituents saying, why are you cutting from this plan to that plan? And so that's where I sit there and say, you know, you're talking about the taxpayers, what the taxpayers are wanting. If they're not wanting from SB1 original to SB1 Senate, in which that would have been massive cuts for not just fire, but other units. The SB1 past Senate would have been the same thing, less, but probably major. And now we're going to the least amount. That's where I say the taxpayers were wanting massive property tax cuts. They were, because a lot of them are saying that the cuts we have aren't enough. They're saying, a lot of them are saying the 300%, 10% cap isn't enough. There should have been more. And if it was more, the fire territory would have been even worse off.
But
yes,
why?
Well, then
Why
we're
was-
still worse off.
Why?
Can I ask
Drop
a
this
question?
point forward.
Because the margin now, we can work on. What I'm hearing is that about
There's
0.4%. I'd love to hear from the financial advisor, how far are you off? And did he give a number? Mr. Yasko, did he give a number with that number? How far you guys were off?
Well, the number he gave me is that even with this cut that we got,